Hello, how are you doing today? My name is Empleh, help me spelled backwards, and today I'm going to be giving you a full-on Easter egg guide on how to do the main quest Easter egg of the Cursed Lands of Lavernock for the first map of Sker Ritual. Now, this Easter egg is fairly simple to do, but some of the steps do get a bit weird, and it will not tell you the complete thing to do every single time. Just so you know, you can increase or lower your difficulty while inside the map, just in case you want to make it easier or harder and more of a challenge on yourself. That way you can, kind of enjoy your life more. By the way, this revolver's in the starting room. I do recommend buying it because it is worth it. So you're going to want to make your way out of the old chapel into the chapel grounds and over across this little bridge over here, straight across. It's like a straight shot run, and then to the right you'll find a little door. You're going to want to go through these doors and enter Lavernock Point, where you'll see these machines right here. Now you're going to need to break these machines. They are called generators, and the best way to do this, most efficient, is meleeing it. It's a 2-hit kill every time. I recommend that heavily. Just follow the wires on the ground to each one. They will take you perfectly to the exact locations. And there's one inside this building right here, where you can see right now as I'm meleeing it. And then you will run out of here, and yet again you will follow the wires, and you will make it up your way to the second floor of this building, where on the balcony there's going to be a third generator. Then, whenever you jump off of this balcony, straight across, there is going to be another generator straight across. Like, just straight up, right as you jump off the balcony, just keep facing forward and running forward. That will be all 4 generators that you need broken. That will turn the electricity on this door off, and you are now able to purchase this door right here. After purchasing this door, you're going to want to make your way into the farmlands and turn to the left. You're going to pretty much run until you get to this building down here, which has the Laughing Policeman in it. That's just a good benchmarker to know where you are. The Laughing Policeman, he's where you buy guns. It's essentially like a wall buy system. Then there's some stairs right there. Once you go down these stairs, you're going to buy this door, and once you purchase this, you'll then be in the laboratory. From the laboratory, you're going to make your way straight across the room. Enter into the door on the other side of the room, where you will find another set of stairs, which, by the way, does have a life token thing in there in case you want to buy it. You're going to want to buy this door right here. Quick tip, I recommend buying this machine gun from the Laughing Policeman at the farmlands because it is just a really good gun and really good for points in early rounds, and it does a lot of damage when pack-a-punched. After you purchase the door at the bottom of those stairs, you're going to make your way into the main chamber, where you're going to see this altar in the middle. Now, that is very important. You're going to follow your way to the white diamonds, open this door on the other end of the main chamber, and go into this next room. In this room, you're going to go straight forward, then you're going to take a left, and then a right, and you'll be at the furnace. You're going to want to go up and interact with the furnace, and it will start opening it, and it'll put a little circle on the ground. You need to stay in the circle until the chamber of the furnace fully opens. That is very important to keep in mind. Try not to get trapped in here and get too hurt. After this, it's going to tell you that you need to ignite the furnace. Now, to ignite the furnace, you cannot use a Molotov. Sometimes I've thought about that, but as you just saw, these little flame guys right here will shoot at it. You want to jump out of the way while standing in front of the furnace and have them shoot at it. That is how it will ignite it. Now, you're going to need to do this a couple of times, so just kind of train them around and get them to continuously do it, and eventually you will make your way to where it is completely filled up. After this, you're going to see entrails right here. You're going to be told to feed the entrails to the furnace. Run up to the furnace and interact with it. That'll feed the entrail into it. Now, entrails drop from killing zombies, but they don't drop from every zombie you kill, so it can take a while to do. So I recommend kind of training around a bit, collecting up to 10 of them, because you need 10 to be able to fully fill up the furnace. Once you have completed filling up the furnace, you'll be able to turn straight around and run out of this room into the room with the cage around it, and there on the wall in the middle there will be the cylinder. That is the hero cylinder. You'll pick that up. That'll be your first cylinder, and you can make your way to your next cylinder. The next cylinder is in the farmlands, where you're going to run up to this box in the middle, right by this tree, surrounded by scarecrows. Hold X or square or whatever it is you interact with, and then you're going to want to kill all these 5 banshees. You're going to have 5 of them that you need to kill. Just go ahead and kill them. It's really not too difficult. Once you have killed all 5 of these banshees, you will then run back over to the box and purchase the Thunderbolt, which is essentially the Wonder Waff for you COD Zombies fans out there. After this, you're going to want to run around the edges of the farmlands and shoot some scarecrows. Now, there are going to be metal scarecrows, specific ones. They're going to have that blue light on them. Whenever you shoot them, they should do this. They should raise them to the air, freak out a bit, and spark a bit of lightning towards the tree in the middle. And then you're going to keep running around, and you're going to have to shoot 4 of these. Now, some of them, like the one I just shot, aren't going to work, so if you shoot the wrong one, don't worry. Just keep running, keep finding them. They're going to be around the edges of the farmlands every single time. It shouldn't be too difficult to find. If they are, though, you can always go back and watch this video if you need to and just kind of see where I'm running to. But another factor is that the lightning will spark in specific ways, so if you need to find out where the last one is, just run to the last one. It should look like this whenever you've done it right. Then you're going to run down to the laboratory, and you're going to shoot these coils filled with electric power up at the top. You're going to do it until you completely destroy them and make them useless, essentially. After you've destroyed the last one, you are going to run into this little side room to the right, and once you go in there, it is going to automatically start powering up the power coils. Whenever you do this, you're going to want to stay in the circle. If you leave at any point, it will start going down, and you will not complete it. So you need to stay in the circle, and I recommend being very careful because this can get really tricky because zombies can start to swarm you while you're in the circle. Right now, I'm on beginner mode for the guide, but yeah, be careful in this little circle. Once you're done with this, you can then run out of the room, and you'll notice that the power generator coils at the top of the ceiling are dropping towards the ground, igniting wires. Follow these wires to the middle of the wall, and you will find a cylinder. That is now the Medusa Cylinder, and you've completed that step. For the next step, make your way to the Williams family office, where you'll find on the desk a little item to interact with. Interact with it, and then you will want to make your way out of the Williams family office and back up towards the farmlands. Once you are in the farmlands, you're going to run straight to where this little bridge is over here, but instead of going on the bridge, turn left into the graveyard. There's a little coffin that you can now interact with. Open it, and you will have a skeleton pop out with a purple light holding a lantern. You'll pick up the lantern, and don't worry, by the way, this doesn't count as a second weapon slot. It doesn't take up one of your weapons. It counts as a third weapon slot, so it won't get rid of either of your weapons, your thunderbolt or your gun. Then you're going to walk up to picture frames where you'll see there's one in the Williams family study. There is one in the staircase hallway. There will be one in the old library right here. There will be one in the Williams family office in the hallway. Each picture frame will have a number on the bottom of the frame and a random symbol on the picture itself. Remember these as they're going to be important for the next step, which is going into the old library where this little combination lock is and putting each symbol with the corresponding number. Now, once you have done this, it will cause the entire bookshelf that the combination lock is on to completely back up and disappear, and then you will be able to run in, and on the middle of the wall is the next cylinder. Now that you have the Siren Cylinder done, you're going to want to run back into Lavernock Point where you'll see a building just over here. You're going to want to run into this building and open the door. Once you open the door, it will open up the door to the woodlands. You want to go into the woodlands. You'll see a giant statue with a lamb inside of a cage underneath. You're going to want to interact with it. And then after this, you're going to run around and you're going to shoot these glowing statues until the head of the statue falls off. You will know you have done it right once that head falls off. Otherwise, it is not destroyed yet. You're going to want to break 4 of these, and each of the 4 is at a different corner of the statue. In the middle, far off. After that, you're going to run up to the statue in the cage. You'll see symbols on the cage that the lamb is in. You're then going to turn around and run directly backwards to the statue corresponding to it, and you're going to find the symbol on that statue, and make sure that the front of this statue is facing the correct symbol that corresponds with the statue's cage in the middle. You'll know that you are doing it right once you see it facing the symbol. You can run into the middle and check the cage. It should be glowing now when it wasn't glowing before. After you have done all 4, you can then run back up to the lamb cage. You'll notice that the cage is gone. You're going to need to escort the lamb all the way back to the old chapel. Now, I recommend being very careful here as zombies can swarm you pretty heavily. The lamb does not run that fast, and you have to stay very close to the lamb the entire time, or it is going to get very tricky and very dangerous. So I recommend leaving one zombie alive for this particular step, but you can do it however you want, really. After you get to the old chapel, he's then going to run into this room right here, and right above it is going to be the cylinder, but you can't pick it up yet. It is going to spawn a circle onto the ground, and once it spawns that circle onto the ground, you are going to need to kill zombies inside of that circle. Now, keep in mind, you can run out of this circle, so don't get yourself trapped here. Don't get yourself into a tricky, sticky situation. Just go into the circle, kill all the zombies, and once you have completed the entire circle, you got all of the essence, you will be able to pick up the cylinder. However, it can take up to a few rounds, so like I said, just be very careful, play it safe, don't push it too hard. Remember that you can run out of the circle. Once you're done, you'll be able to go up to the statue above the room and pick up the cylinder. That is now the last cylinder you needed, and you're going to want to make your way down to the main chamber and put all these cylinders in the corresponding spot on the altar in the middle of the main chamber that we mentioned earlier. Once you have put all the cylinders into the slots that they are supposed to go in, the altar will start to lower, and then you will be told to escort the siphoner into position. To do this, you're going to need to head up into the laboratory and go up the stairs. So instead of turning left to the laughing policeman, turn right and go open this door, and then you will find a floating orb with a circle on the ground. You're going to want to stay in this circle until it is completely escorted. Now, there are 2 parts of this Easter egg step. There is one where you have to escort it, and one where you have to kill the zombies and extract them inside of the circle into the siphoner. You can leave while it's extracting. You cannot leave while it's escorting. So just remember that. It can get very dangerous if you don't. And it will take your progress away if you don't stay in the circle when it's escorting. So you have to stay in it when it's escorting. But when it is extracting, you don't. Once you have completed this entire step and done the escort and extract a few different times, it will prompt you with the story mission of opening the vault door. To do this, it is fairly simple. You just got to make your way down to the main chamber again and go into the circle that the altar was in. There will now be a glowing circle surrounding that area. You want to stay inside that golden circle so it opens the vault door, as you can see on the screen. But as you are opening it, you cannot leave the circle or it will start closing the door or completely stop its progress in general. So I recommend just doing that and keeping it going. Then run down into the vault door. You're going to want to see this machine right here, and then you're going to break these power coils on the sides. Now, fair warning, these power coils can take a while to break. And not only take a while to break, but they close and open up at random points on random parts of the machine. So you're going to be very careful, and you're going to want to be very safe. This is what it looks like whenever one is destroyed. You'll notice it, and once you do that with all 4 of them, you will then be able to do the next step. But again, I really recommend you training the zombies, kind of maybe leaving one zombie alive with this step, because it can get very tricky, very dangerous, very, very quickly. So again, just play it safe, just like most of these steps. Play it safe, be careful, make sure you have a good pack-a-punch gun, and you'll be tasked to open and enter Abraham's chamber. You just go down that doorway, go into the steps, turn right into this doorway, and then you enter Abraham's chamber, and you are now fighting the boss, Abraham. You cannot leave during the steps, so I recommend going in with a triple pack gun, double pack gun, at least, and having a life token. Once this is done, you can then leave the entire game by going into this door over here, or you can stay and explore the map and try to get a high level. And that's really it. Enjoy.